Algebra 1 video. Woo! All right, we are doing section 3.4 today. Algebra 1, this is graphing equations of the form y equals number, x equals numbers, like y equals 2, x equals 3, that sort of thing. Graphing those lines, and then graphing linear equations that are in standard form. So something like 2x plus 5y equals 10, something like that, graphing that sort of line. So let's go ahead, we're just gonna do some examples. We already did this in class, but it's just here for you. So let's graph the line x equals 5. Let's just graph that first. So x equals 5. What this says is, well, x is equal to 5. So let's find on the x-axis where it's 5. Hey, that's right here. But this is a line. It's not the point 50. It's a line. X equals 5. So I need every single point where x is equal to 5. Well, if I go left or right, the x number changes. If I go up or down, if I go up, I get points like 4, 5, 3, or my goodness, 5, 4. X goes first. 5, 4, 5, 3, 5, 2, 5, 1, 5, negative 1. So this is a vertical line. Vertical line going up and down through the point where x is equal to 5. Now, if I'm going to graph the line y equals negative 3, let's say, y equals negative 3, I'm going to do that in orange. I go to my y-axis, I'm like, ooh, where is it negative 3? 1, 2, that's right here. And I don't want just the point, I don't want the point 0, negative 3, I want the line y equals 3. And if I go up or down from this point, my y number changes. So what I have to do is go right and left from that point. So this is the line y equals negative 3, and it is a horizontal line going left to right through the point where y is equal to 3. All right, so I'm going to give you a couple to try. I want you to try to graph when x equals negative 2 on your own and when y equals 1. Ready? Go ahead and pause the video. Try this on your own piece of paper, and then I'm going to do it. So pause, pause. Like a dog, they've got paws, or cat, or bear. Okay, they all have paws because they don't have hands. All right, so let's go ahead and do x equals negative 2. So x equals negative 2, x equals is going to be a vertical line. I find where x is negative 2, that's right here, and then I go up and down, vertical line. Boom, that's the line x equals negative 2. If I want to find the line where y equals 1, okay, y equals 1, I go to my y-axis, I go to where it's 1, y equals 1 right here. If I go up or down, it changes the y value. I want all the y's to be 1, so I go left and right to make y equals 1. If it's x equals, vertical line. X equals number is a vertical line. Y equals number, horizontal line. Remember that. If not, you can always rewind this and watch it again. All right, let's do another one. Well, not one of these, but let's do this problem. Let's move this over here. And I wish this was bigger so I didn't have to do these sketches like this, but that's how it is. Let's move that there. We're going to graph 9x minus 12y equals 36. We're going to graph this. So this is an equation written in standard form. It's a linear equation written in standard form. Sorry, excuse me. What we do is well, there's more than one way to solve this, but the way that we're going to use is we're going to find the x and y intercepts first. And then with the x and y intercepts, we can then plot those, draw a line between them, and then we can check a point in between. So x-intercept, the x-intercept is when y equals 0. So it's going to be blank, comma, 0. So what I do is I go to the equation, and instead of a y, I put in a 0. So I get 9x minus 12 times 0 equals 36. Or 9x equals 36, because 12 times 0 is 0. And then I divide by 9, and I get x equals 4. So I have the point 4, 0. That's my x-intercept. So I go to my x-axis, and I go 1, 2, 3, 4, and I put this point. It's not the line. It's not the line x equals 4, right? This is a solution to this equation. It's the point 4, 0. I know that might be a little confusing. Sorry. All right, so now I'm going to find my y-intercept. Erase this. That was just our work. I mean, you'll keep it on your paper, but I just have so much space here for the video. So now I'm going to find my y-intercept. The y-intercept is when x equals 0. So I'm going to replace the x with a 0. I get 9 times 0 minus 12y equals 36. This gives me negative 12y equals 36. I'm going to divide by negative 12 on each side, and I'm going to get y equals negative 3. So I get the point 0, negative 3 right there. Boom, 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 right here. So now I have 2 points, and I'm going to sketch a line through it. So there we go. That's it. We got the graph of that equation. Now, the reason we can do this is because 4, 0 and 0, negative 3 are solutions to this equation, right? If x is 0, then y must be negative 3, because negative 12 times negative 3 is 36. And every solution to the equation is a point on the graph. Here it is, 0, negative 3. If y is 0, well, 9 times 4 is 36, so x has to be 4. So 4, 0 has to be a point on the graph. Okay. All right. If you had grid paper and you went all the way out, right? We'll talk more about this later, right? We can talk about the slope. It's going up 3, right, 4. So you can go up 3, right, 4. Find another point, which would be 8, 3. You put in an 8 for x, a 3 for y, and see if you get 36. We can do that later. All right. All you need to know how to do right now for this lesson, we'll get into it more later, but all you need to do is be able to find the x-intercept, the y-intercept, plot them, and draw a line through them. So we're going to do a couple more examples, and that'll be it for the video. So here we have negative 5x plus 4y. Negative 5x plus 4y equals 20. And I'm actually going to erase this stuff here, and I'm going to use this as my work board, and I'm going to graph on that board. So we got 2 more examples left, and I don't want to get stuck trying to do all my work on that board. All right, so I want to find my x-intercept. The x-intercept is when y equals 0, when this y is 0. So I'm going to go negative 5x minus 4 times 0 equals 20. I replace the y with a 0, which is just negative 5x equals 20. And I'm trying to solve for the x number here. So I divide by negative 5, and I get x equals negative 4. So my x-intercept is negative 4, 0. And I can put that on my graph. I go here, boom, negative 4, 0. X is negative 4, y is 0. Now I'm going to find my y-intercept. So the y-intercept is when x equals 0. So I make I make x equal to 0. Sorry, this should have been a plus. Plus 4y equals 20. So I have negative 5 times 0 plus 4y equals 20. That's just 4y equals 20. Divide by the 4. And we get y equals 5. So I get the point 0, 5 as my y-intercept. And it's 0, 5 because the x number is 0, the y number is 5. I put that point on the graph, and then I draw a line connecting those 2 points. There we go. That is a sketch of the line of the graph of this equation. All right. Let's do one more example, and we'll call it good. That'll be it for the video. So let's say we have here, for this one, 4x minus 6y equals 36. I'm going to do a shortcut here. So hang with me. I want to find my x-intercept. So the x-intercept is when y is 0. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cover up the y part. I'm going to say 4x equals 36. How would I solve that? I would just divide by 4, and I'd get 36 divided by 4 is 9. So it's going to be 9 comma 0 is my x-intercept. So 9 comma 0. Whoa, sorry, that's 8. Eek. 9 comma 0 right there. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And now to find my y-intercept, I'm going to cover up the x part. I get negative 6y equals 36. Divide by negative 6, I get a negative 6. So I get 0 comma negative 6. That's down here. And I draw my line going through. And that is that. The reason we can use what I call the cover-up method is because if x is 0, that's just 0 minus 6y, so it's just a negative 6y. So for the y-intercept, just cover up the x and solve the remaining equation. If you want your x-intercept, cover up the y part and solve the remaining equation for x and get your x number. All right, that is that. That's it for our lesson, really. Go ahead and do lots of practice with this. Remember, on the Big Ideas homework, you can check your answer like as many times as you want. So there's really no reason to get them wrong other than maybe not having enough time in the day to like keep trying. But I've got office hours. If you have questions, we can keep working on this. So hopefully this makes sense, and thank you for watching.